Right, with a lot of you guys now reaching level 50 or at the very least beating the main game story, you're going to be looking to farm your legendary items for all the builds you've been seeing on YouTube. Being as I myself am also posting these builds, I thought it would only make sense if I show you the most efficient ways in Borderlands 4 to get legendary items. Once again, spoiler warning for this video, it will showcase gameplay from end game bosses. So the very first method is available almost immediately after launching Borderlands 4 for the first time. Now you want to head down here to this location where the boss splash zone spawns. Now this has become a very popular spot to farm legendary items for a couple reasons. Number one, the boss is very easy to kill, so even if you're just starting out your grind and don't have a great loadout equipped, you'll still be able to take down this guy with relative ease. But the reason we're killing this particular boss is because the run back is extremely short. You'll be seeing it yourself in the background footage playing now. It's literally a case of jumping down there, killing him, turn around, jump back out, and Mox's respawn is right there on the other side of the bridge. And when you do this farm with a strong build like the one I'm using, which by the way is available on the channel if you want to use it for yourself, resets can take around 10 to 15 seconds, leading to hundreds of kills per hour, and with each kill having a decent chance to drop a legendary, you're going to find them dropping quite often. Now the caveat to this is the boss's dedicated drop, which is a pretty bad shotgun, will be the most common spawn. After all, that's what a dedicated drop is. But every other legendary in the game does have a chance of dropping. So if you're just looking to get started and you don't have much equipment, this is a great option. Okay, next is an option I've already shown in a previous video about getting the most efficient XP. But the advantage of this method is you also get a bunch of legendary drops for doing it. Therefore, I would heavily recommend doing this particular method for someone who isn't max level yet. But even if you are max level, you're going to want to see how this works. So in every single safe house on the map of Borderlands 4, you can collect a Vile bounty once you're in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. If you're not sure how to activate Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, all you need to do is beat the main game story and then complete the next couple of main story missions that you get provided. After this, Vile bounties will spawn, which can be seen by the purple bounty icons on the bounty board. Pretty straightforward. Accept the Vile bounty, go kill the target, and you'll get a huge burst of XP, and you'll notice the boss will drop some loot. Now, this loot the boss actually drops isn't what we're looking for. The reason this method is so good is because each time you complete a Vile bounty in your inventory, you will have a reward waiting for you. Originally, I thought the odds of this were like around 1 in 7, I was being quite moderately reserved with it. Now I'm very much in the camp and a lot of other people seem to think it's more like 1 in 4 chances of dropping a legendary. Just absolutely make sure you're taking Vile bounties and not regular bounties, as they won't give the same reward. And if you want to be absolutely most efficient, take all of your bounties from the makeshift chalet over here. They always spawn very close in the same location, so once you've got it down, you can do these runs extremely quickly. As soon as you kill the target, teleport back to the chalet, quit the main menu, load back in, and repeat the process. If you want to see how this method works while you're still leveling, make sure to check out the other video on the channel about fastest XP. Alright, now we have next method, which you can also do in co-op mode, so if you're playing with friends, this is a very good option. I'm sure by now you've seen the many drill sites that spawn on the map. Basically, go there, activate the Moxie reboot system. You have to kill a bunch of smaller mobs, and after killing enough, the final boss will spawn. Now these guys have a very high legendary drop chance. This particular drill site I'm at now has 3 bosses each of which can drop legendaries. But while you're killing all the other trash, a bunch of different badass enemies will spawn. So chances are you'll end up seeing them drop a few legendaries during the process as well. Now if you're in co-op with a friend, you can actually do one drill site while they go away and do another. The best part about it is your loot won't despawn. So after you've done a few runs, you can head over to their camp and see what dropped. This one's a good change of pace because it's less repetitive in my opinion. And because for the most part you are killing trash mobs, you can mess around with a bunch of different builds, different guns, stuff you wouldn't ordinarily use while bossing. Next we have the vaults. Now for the same reason I'm going to recommend doing these, you can also apply this to the very final boss, the Timekeeper. If you're strong enough to kill the Timekeeper, it's just as effective as doing these guys. Now 2 factors as to why I recommend this. One is that the Vault monsters and the Timekeeper seem to drop slightly more loot than the average boss. Maybe I'm going crazy, maybe that's a me thing and that's not actually true. Regardless, I still recommend this because after you kill the boss, you will walk through to a red chest room. The Vault monsters spawn 2, Timekeeper spawns 4. I mean, the theme of the video, all of these red chests do have a chance of spawning a legendary. I've had it happen on multiple occasions. So as well as getting the large pool of loot you get from killing the boss itself, you get a couple bonus chances on top. Now the final method I'm going to recommend to you revolves around dedicated loot drops. So the way Borderlands 4 works is every single legendary item can drop from any random source out in the world. However, they will also have a dedicated boss attached to them that have an increased chance of dropping that item. For instance, the example you're seeing on screen now, I was looking for a legendary class mod for Vex that drops from Violector. Therefore, by running Violector over and over again, I have an increased chance of finding the specific legendary I'm looking for. We're now getting to a point where more and more information about each dedicated loot drop is becoming readily available. This is making it very easy to go and look for something you're interested in trying out for the first time, and then going to farm the appropriate boss in order to obtain it. Most of the classic wiki sites will have this information by now. If you search legendary assault rifles Borderlands 4, you're going to get a list with most of the information filled out. So if you're crafting your own unique build and maybe you're looking for a very particular status submachine gun, you can go do a bit of research, find out which gun you want, and then go farm the boss for it. Now, while your loot chances aren't going to be, super increased, and this might not be the most efficient method for legendary drops overall, but with how many legendaries are in the game, being able to point one out and target farm it is going to save you a lot of time in the long run. Now, there are a few very more specific legendary farms you can go after. One includes the legendary vending machine side quest. There's already a ton of guides out on this one specific quest, so I'm not going to talk about it in detail here. But likewise, I'm sure there's a couple other methods I haven't mentioned that you found to be very successful. So make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what your favourite method of farming is. Thanks for all the support shown on the Borderlands 4 video so far on the channel. If you're interested in seeing more, I recommend watching the video on screen now. Thanks for watching.